Good morning, everyone. We're gonna talk about Sigmund Freud's theory. My group is confirmed by Marlon, Chenoa, Jahir, Nicolas, and me, Valentina.
Okay, so a short summary about Sigmund Freud's theory basically deals with the psychosexual development, where the different stage in which desire is thought to be satisfied are present. According to the book of human development, they are oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. Sexual maturity can last until death, and if the states are not satisfied, a way to make it socially acceptable is thought. Also, in his theory, he proposed that the personality is formed by the idea, ego, superego, where the idea is the instinct or impulse that people have. The ego is the reality, I mean the conclusion reached to perform a certain activity in a social acceptable way, and the superego is the moral or will that people have before performing the action.
What's the most important idea of this theory? The most important idea of this theory is the impulse, because people are born with biological impulse that must be direct in order to live in society. People measure their actions between what is right and wrong in society, and reach a balance to be able to perform such action that will be the ego, and after performing in they get to satisfy their impulse or need in a correct way.
Okay, how useful in this theory for English teaching? The theory is useful when teaching English because it presents the desire that a student has to learn the language, where the teacher tries to motivate the student, make it that true fails. They have a positive and negative aspect of what they're going to learn. The time at this point we have the idea helps in teaching both the student and the teacher signs the motivation and the desire of the student to learn English. In this case, the teacher is motivated to want to teach. The superego will influence the critical thinking about the students and the teacher. The later, well, I think I will be able to teach in the right way. And with the student who think I will learn. Finally, the ego refers to the goal of what is to be done to reach objective, which is to teach on the part of the student and to learn of the part of the student in the teacher.
So the class. Good morning, students. Today we're going to finish looking at the topic of adjectives, and we're going to remember a little with a definition. Adjectives are words that describe nouns or pronouns. Old, green, and cheerful are examples of adjectives. It might be useful to think of adjective as describing words. So let's do an activity. I need Valentina. Can you help me doing this two first?
Yes, teacher. Red.
Something wrong?
I don't know who's the meaning of red.
Okay, thank you for asking, because you have to ask whenever you don't know something. So red is rojo, okay?
Okay, so red is a balloon.
Yes. And but
Is the man of the formation.
okay, thank you.
Blue.
Nice job.
Blue.
Just that.
Okay, the explanation. As we can see in this class, talks about adjective, the relation with the theory is the follow. ID, the girl wants to answer the question well, but she doesn't know the answer. Super ego, she thinks about asking her classmate because she doesn't know the answer. But she realizes that it is wrong, and therefore she feels guilty, and she knows that she shouldn't do it. Ego, the reality that she proceeds to do in class is to ask the teacher about the subject, in which she didn't understand the meaning of the word in Spanish. Okay, being grown is okay, and as it motivates children, that it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. That's it. Thanks for paying attention.